Hi everybody, good afternoon, and thank you for joining me. I apologize for having to reschedule. I woke up this morning and, as always, sinuses were bothering me and I actually had a really bad headache. And I didn't want to cancel this because I've been looking forward to doing this look all week. And so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to reschedule it for one, give myself time to get rid of the headache, which I did. So if I look pale, it's okay. Once I get the green makeup on, you won't even notice it. But I do feel a lot better after I took lots of aspirin. But I was really looking forward to doing this look. I'm nervous about it because I've never done this look ever, but I'm really excited about doing it, and so I didn't want to not do it. So let me just share this as always. One of these days I'll figure out an easier way to do this. But let me share this and then we will get started. And I'll show you what I'm going to do. In going through the YouTube videos on other people who have done this look, it doesn't really look, it's not a lot of steps, but it's just, the way they do it is a little, it's not hard, but you know, it's tedious, I guess is the word that I want to use. Let me share. Okay. So I'm going to be using a lot of different shades of green, different shades of yellow, white. I'm going to be doing a lot of highlighting and contouring with different colors in order to get it to be that type of look. So, alright, now I'm done with that. Alright, here we go. So, what I did was I bought the green cream makeup that you get from, it's the Halloween makeup, because I don't have anything that I could use to get that green shade, and I wanted it to look like the rest of the makeup looks, and so I actually bought the green cream makeup that you get when the Halloween stuff comes out. I did buy just a cheap kabuki brush, like from the dollar store, because I don't know how this is going to react with the brushes, and I don't want it to mess up my brushes, so if it doesn't come off, then I can just throw this brush away, no big deal. It wasn't that expensive. But for the rest of the, because I'll be using eyeshadows and stuff, I'll be able to use my brushes. I was afraid if I used my foundation brushes to put that on, it was going to mess up the brush, and I really like my foundation brushes, and I don't want to have to throw them away. So, I will be using a kabuki brush to put it on. And it's suggested in the other videos that I watched not to use a beauty blender or a cosmetic sponge because it'll just soak up the makeup and it won't go on your face right. So they're requesting that they're suggesting that you use a synthetic makeup brush. So that's what I got, was just a synthetic makeup brush. Alright, so of course you do the same as you always do. And oh, and I'm sorry, I'm going to be doing the witch from Wicked, the Broadway show, the one with the green face. I believe her name is Elphaba. I think that's how you pronounce her name in the show. But she's the one with the green face. And I've been wanting to do that one for a couple of years, and I never did. And so this year I was like, I really want to do it. So let's get started. Hopefully, like I said, it didn't look like it was a lot of work. It was just a lot of tedious highlighting and contouring with greens and yellows and whites. So we'll see how good I can get this to come out. So I'm going to start, or actually, I'm still going to do the same as I always do. So I'm still going to moisturize. You still want to make sure that you put on a primer, especially that primer, because you're putting on green makeup. You know, colored makeup, that would be the same if you put white. Like next Saturday, I'm going to do my sugar skull, and I'll be painting my face white. So you want to make sure you put a primer on. It just makes it easier to take it off. Or at least I find that it makes it easier to take it off if you put a primer on. And then I will be putting I'm still doing the same as I've always done. Even though I don't plan on, unless I'm taking pictures, I don't plan on going outside with my green with my green face. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe I'll go and scare the kids next door. I'll go scare the little kids next door with my green wicked face. That's rude. That was mean. Alright, and then of course, like I said, you want to put the primer on. So you want to put a primer on your face. And it just helps to remove, and I'm going to do a little extra than I normally do just because I want to make sure. I want to make sure I can get this green paint off before when it's time for me to take the makeup off. I want to make sure I can get it off. So a primer is very important. In order to take the color off. And for this look, a primer on your eyes is going to be. So here we go. Alright, so I'm going to actually use this little thing here. So this is I'm just kind of waiting for the primer to dry a little bit. So this is the green face cream or cream makeup, and it's water washable, so I shouldn't have any hard times taking it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some on my little, I don't know what you call this, it's like a painter's thing. You can put your makeup on it. So I am going to, let's see, let me do it this way. It's not coming out. Alright, so I have some on. I'm going to take that kabuki brush and I'm just going to get it in there. And this, if it goes by the way the other ones did, it's going to take a couple of times for me to put it on. And I'm going to need to use so here we go. And you want to dab and pat, not swipe. And it may take the whole tube. To get it on. It does not smell very well. I'll tell you that much. Put a little bit more on there. I think I'll get it all on. I was thinking maybe I needed to buy 2 tubes, but I think I'll get it all on there because I got most of it on there. So patting does seem to help. I honestly think that this is probably the hardest part of the whole look, is putting the green makeup on. And just be careful when you put it around your eyes. You don't want to get it in your eyes. I can't tell the difference between my brushes and this one. This one is not as soft and fluffy as the other one is. As mine are, it doesn't feel as comfortable. Yeah, I think I'm going to probably be using all of this in the tube. But I think I have enough because I've already got most of my face covered. Oops. And you want to make sure that you get it, well, not on your hairline, but within your hairline. I got it. I think I'm going to be washing my hair and everything. I think I'm going to have to let it dry a little bit because I'm just moving it around. But I knew I was probably going to have to put 2 coats on, especially around my eyes on the bottom. This brush is not as good around your eyes. I'm going to let it dry a little bit, and then I'm going to put another layer on so that way it looks even. And then I'm going to cover it with, I'm probably going to cover it with a transfer first, and then I'm going to go back over it just to go over it so it keeps the green look. But I'm going to need, let's see. I wonder if this will work. So I need to do my under eyes. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got it pretty close. This is my brush that I was using for my facial mask, but I didn't like the way it, see how it gets stiff? How about a different one? And so I guess I'll use this one to do my eyes. So what's happening is it's drying. For my hair too, it's alright. Luckily it washes out. But it's drying, and so you can see where I didn't get it. It's in little patches, so that's why you have to put a second coat on. And then when you powder it to set it, then you go over it again with like a green, like I have a green. I'm probably going to use probably this green right here to go over it, so that way it gives it a powdery look. But I'm just I'm just letting it dry a little bit before I go over it with a second coat. And I'm going to go and use these again. So yeah, 1 tube was just enough for my face, and it made it pretty green. Just the 1 coat, it's pretty green, but I want it to be greener because the look that she has, it's pretty green. Just trying to get there we go. Try and get as close as I can to my eye without sticking it in my eye. I think I got it. It's this part right here that, there we go. It's hard to get it in the crevices of your nose. And as it dries, it oh yeah, I got it. Okay. Just a lot of blotting. And as you can see, when I added the second on my nose, it got darker. It's not as dark in through here because I haven't put the second coat on yet. I'm trying to letting it get dry so that way I can do it again. And that's why you want to pat and like stipple rather than spread it, because then you move it around and it doesn't look right. So I'm letting it dry a little bit. I look like the She-Hulk right now. Alright, so I think it's dry enough on the bottom. So now I'm going to do it again. I'm going to go over it, like right here. And see how it got darker right there when I put the second coat on. I probably could have waited a little bit longer for it to dry, but I don't want to be here forever waiting for it to dry. So this is the tedious part. Oh yeah, see how it got darker when I added that second coat. So you do need to do at least 2 coats, and you need to let the first one dry pretty well. Jennifer asked, what do you got for black blemishes and old acne scars? I will let you know here in a second. So I can say that depending on your skin type, and I believe that the charcoal line is good for all skin types. That one is pretty good for blemishes and acne scars, Jennifer. And I believe the aloe vera line and the rose, pure rose, all 3 of those are good for all skin types. If you have dry, sensitive skin, the calendula line is pretty good as well, but that's for dry, sensitive skin. And then the tea tree line is good for oily and combination skin. But I will say that I believe it was the charcoal line. That was charcoal line or the aloe vera line that was good for old acne scars and blemishes. But I can send you some more information about that after I get the green on, and after I do this live, I'll send you some information, Jennifer. Okay. Still a little. Yeah, I think it's except that one part right there. It's always going to be one part that wants to be a pain in the booty. doesn't want to. And probably when I put the green powder on, it'll probably help with those parts that I couldn't get. But I'm trying to get it. Alright, I'm going to let it dry a little bit and see if I need to add. Man, I'm going to have to take a complete shower and wash my... Oh, see what I did right there? I pushed it instead of... So when this stuff dries, it dries very matte. Touch it. So try not to touch it too much. Okay, now I think it looks even. Now I'm going to do the crazy part here. I just wanted to make sure I had enough for my face before I started using it everywhere else. And I think I still have some in here. Yes, I do. Alright. Now, the fun starts. Put it on your ears. You want everything to match. This is going to be real fun taking it off. And then, this is where I will do this. Taking it down my neck. Wow. I am going to change my blouse to something different, but I didn't want to put the black blouse on that I was going to wear and then get stuff all over it. That's just no fun. And I'll probably have to do another coat on that one as well. Let that dry. I'm just kind of letting my face dry so that way when I start putting on the other stuff. Yeah, there was enough in this one little tube to do my face twice and then do my neck, and I can do my neck again as soon as it dries a little bit. I don't want to powder it until everything is done, so I'm going to get... And just to be on the safe side, I'm going to use my translucent powder, or my transparent powder, so that way I don't lose the green, which I probably will lose a little bit of the green, but that's why I'm going to go back through it with that green shadow, so that way I can make it green again if I lose any of it. I will not do my hands though. I know in a lot of the costumes that the videos that I saw, they actually did their hands as well. But I'm not going to do that. Only because it's going to take it a lot for me to get it off. And I can already feel it. It's kind of getting stiff. I mean, I can move my face around, but you can feel that it's harder. And it is a lot easier once you let it completely dry to put more on over the top of it. Like right there, I wanted to get. There, so yeah, that is. Once you let it completely dry, then it's a lot easier to put more on over it, and it doesn't move it around as easy. Okay. Wow, I thought the cat was crazy. This is crazier. Alright, I'm going to let it dry a little bit more. I'm going to leave this, so as you can see, this is what it looks like after you use it. But I'm going to keep it in case I need it. So I'm going to let it dry a little bit. Actually, you know what I can do is go ahead and... So now I can use my powder brush because it's dried and I'm putting the powder over it, so it shouldn't do anything to it, to my brushes. It was just using it to apply it that I was afraid it was going to mess my brushes up. So again, stipple, pat. And as you can see, it's giving it a wider look. And that's why I'm going to go over it with the green eyeshadow. Oops. Did I lose? I must have not let it dry enough because I lost the... See what happened when I did it before it was dry? So I'm going to wait a little bit. It moved, and so I had to fix it. Now I got to wait for that to dry. But that, this cream makeup tube wasn't actually too bad. And I did see on some of them, depending on what they used, that it took them 3 or 4 applications to get the green, and it just took 2 applications with that. So that's not too bad. Actually, I like the way it looks. I'm just kind of waiting for it to... And it's actually not too bad. And I think it set pretty well. So I'm just kind of waiting for that little part right here to dry so I can put powder on it without it moving. And then I'm going to put the green eyeshadow powder over it as well. And it should help with any areas that look lighter than the other areas. But putting that powder on actually did do, I mean, it made it look a little whiter. But I'm going to fix that here in a second. I'm just kind of waiting for that where I fixed it to... So what I'm going to do, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So I have yellows, or a yellow, I have a light green, and I have a darker green. And I'm going to use the 2 greens to highlight and contour. I'm going to use the yellow to highlight as well, down the middle. So anywhere that I would normally highlight, I'm going to use the yellow on first. Or actually, no, I'm going to do the green first. I'm going to do the light green first and highlight those areas. And I'm going to take the dark green and do the contouring where I would normally do my contouring. And that's just to give the look a dimension so that it looks, so that my face looks normal even though it's green, and it doesn't look flat. And then I'm going to take the yellow and go over the highlight with the yellow just to give it more of a highlight look. And I also have this palette where it has the yellow, and I have a couple of, I have a lighter green right here as well and a dark green. So I will be using, so with this look, it's not a hard look, it's just the hardest part is putting the green on. That's what takes the most time, because it takes you at least 2 layers to get it to look green and not off color. And depending on the makeup, green makeup that you use, it may take you 3 or 4 times. It just depends on the makeup that you use, how pigmented it is. And I think putting the primer on helped it too, so it stays on top and doesn't sink into your skin. So the primer was a good thing to do. Not only to take it off, but it just made it stay on top of your skin. Alright, it feels like it's dry, so now I'm just going to go in here again. Yeah, see how it's dried now, so it didn't move. Alright, so, and the white powder is to set it so that it doesn't move. So I'm going to take, and actually I think I'm going to use this this green right here rather than the other one. I like the way it looks better. It looks closer to the match. And I'm using my powder brush, but it's eyeshadow, so I can wash it and take it off, so that's no problem. I was concerned with this one because I didn't know if it was going to stain my brushes, is what I was afraid of. So then I'm just going to go back over like I did with the powder, and I'm just going to powder everything again with that green, and it kind of helps with any areas that didn't hit right. And if I want to, I can go over it again with a darker, and I think I might. And you still want to continue to pat and not wipe, because you don't want to move the, and I think that I am. I'm going to go over it with this green. So I'm using that darker green as well from the palette. This dark one right here. I'm going to also, and I'm just using the same brush. Oh yeah, see, I like that too. I probably should have done that one first. And it just makes it, it just keeps it green. Yeah. And then if I missed something somewhere, so like it helped in the crevices of my nose. That's where I was having a hard time with the cream green, because I couldn't get it to come out right. Okay. Alright. So now I'm going to do my highlighting. And I think I'm going to use this one instead. And then my contouring. Yeah, I'll use that one. Alright. So I'm actually going to contour first. So you're going to contour like you would normally do when you're contouring. So I'm going to use, oops, I want this one. So I'm going to use this brush right here. I like to use this brush when I contour because it's stiff and it has that point. But it's actually from EcoTools. It's a large shadow when I contour. And I'm going to use that dark green again in that palette. This one right here. It's the darkest green I have. And I'm going to pack it on there pretty good. So I'm going to do, and I'm probably going to pat more than I am going to swipe, just because I don't want the makeup to move. So I'm going to go across my jawline. And remember, this is a fantasy look, so you can go as dramatic. I'm going to try and go as dramatic than I normally would when I contour. And this is just to give it some dimension. Then I'm going to do under my cheekbone. And then I'm going to do it up here. I normally don't do it up here, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Even though you probably won't see it, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then my nose. And I do find that when I pat it in, I have a little more control than if I was just swiping it on, like if I was doing it normal. And then I'm going to take one of my blush brushes and just very gently smudge it out, buff it out, whatever you want to call it, so that I don't have any harsh lines. And because I don't want to move the makeup, I'm still doing the then I'm going to take that light green and I'm going to highlight down my nose. And I actually like these two greens rather than the other two. They have a little bit of a shimmer to them, so it just helps with the dimension. Oh yeah, see? I like that. That actually came out really nice. So do my Cupid's bow, and then my chin. And then the top of my, and because I'm not going to actually do my blush because, you know, it's going to look weird, I'm going to go a little bit thicker with the highlight. Than I normally would because I'm not putting any blush on to honestly. put it under my eyes, because that's where I would put highlighter also, and it just gives it a highlighted effect under the eye. And I think that I went too far up with the highlight, and I messed up my... There we go. Okay. So then I'm going to take that same brush, but on the other side, and just kind of blend things in. And just kind of make things look blended in. I like the way my nose came out. That came out cool. Alright, now I'm going to start with my eyes. After all that, now I'm going to do my eyes. My eyebrows are going to be the fun part because it's got green. I may have to, well, I'm going to use the powder on my eyebrows, but I want to do my eyes first. Okay, so, eyes. Very gently, we are going to add eyeshadow, and I'm not going to put primer on unless I need to. I might put primer on to put the white in there, but like I did, I put the concealer on over it. But I'm going to do the green and the yellow eyeshadow first. So, okay, so I need that one, I need that one, that one. I know I have 4. There we are, 4. Okay. Getting out my 4. And see, I didn't do very good. I'm going to have to fix that later on. But that's on my neck, so it's alright. Alright, so I'm going to do my eyeshadow. I'm going to do greens, yellows, and whites. And that seemed to be the colors that they did. And there was some that did black, and if I need to add a little black, I will. But I'm trying to stick with just the greens, the yellows, because that's what most of them did in the videos, were greens, different shades of greens, yellows, and then they used white shimmery stuff. So I'm going to stick to that. Alright, so I'm going to start with, so now I'm going to use these 2 greens here. Start out with those 2 greens, and let's see how this works out. And then add the yellow. And I wasn't too much worried about my eyes with the green, because I knew I was going to put green on anyways. I just wanted to make sure that I had gotten my face to where it looked normal, or it blended in together like it was supposed to. And again, I'm still patting, I'm not swiping, because I don't want to move that green makeup. It's very finicky, I will say that. If I swipe too much, then it starts to come off. So I'm just sticking with the patting motions. It seems to work the best. And I'm figuring out how I'm going to do this as I go here. I think I want to... Oh yeah, I fixed it. Still wasn't happy with the bottom of my eyes, but... Yeah, there we go. Put green eyeshadow on and it helps. Alright, so now I am going to, I'm going to go in with the yellow and I'm going to put it on the bottom of my crease, underneath my crease. And the one thing that does help too is that yellow over green seems to work pretty well. I don't think it would have looked like this if I would have used white. I don't think you would have saw it as well. That's why I look at other videos to get an idea. And then I'm going to take this darker green that I used to highlight or to contour. I'm going to put it on the corners, the outer corner. And I think I am going to have to add, I'm going to have to do black because it's not dark enough. You can't see it with the other green on, which is what I thought was going to happen. So I am going to have to use black, which I'm okay with, because I'll mix in the green. Yeah, see, you can see it. I'm going to mix the green in there as well, so it's okay. Yeah. With black, you just have to go in a little at a time. And then what I'll do is I'll add the green over it, and so, well, actually it still looks like it's part of the green. But I will add darker green in there. Then I'm going to, actually I'll just use this. No, I use that for my highlight. I don't want to, in case I need to highlight again, I don't want to mess with that brush. That's why I have more than one. There we go. So then I'm just going to kind of blend it. Oops. I'm going to have to fix it. I blended too much and I took some of it off. Yeah, let's see. Can you see what I did? Brushed too hard and I took some of it off. Like I said, this green is no joke. It's very finicky, and if you push on it too much, it will come off. There we go. Alright, I fixed it. Luckily, black covers a lot. So if you mess up on your eyeshadow and you blend it out too much, you can put more black on top of it and it'll be alright. So then I'm just, there we go. Alright, yeah, I fixed it. Alright. So then I'm going to take that green. No, that's black. Oh, right here. I was like, I know I'm missing a. So then I'm going to take some of that green and just put over the black. Just to help define it a little bit. And yes, you're going to be packing it on pretty good too. And if you have to go back in with the black, don't be afraid to. Especially on the corners. Then I'm going to take this little bit of yellow here, and I'm going to put it up here like that. And basically the yellow just looks like a white compared to the green. So it does a little bit of highlighting as well. Whew, my back's hurting. Alright, so I'll let that set for a minute. I'm going to do my eyebrows. So I'm going to use that dark brown brow powder, and I'm going to try and do my eyebrows. We'll see. My eyebrows look like they've disappeared into my face because I put, everything was green. So we'll see. Oh yeah, there's my eyebrows. I see them now. I would have used the brow mascara, but it's medium brown. I don't have the dark brown, so I was afraid that you wouldn't have been able to see it. Oh yeah, see? There's my eyebrow. And again, you want to pat and not swipe. You don't want to mess up. There we go. There we go. And I overdrawn my eyebrows on purpose. It's like every time I do something I always laugh because it just looks just so not me. I'm going to leave my eyes alone for a minute because I'm still looking to see if I think I need to add something. I just don't know yet. So I'm going to do my under eye. And I do have green. I guess I knew I was going to be doing this in the beginning because I bought all the colored pencils from the Express pencils. And this is a darker green, so I'm just going to and with this look I can do whatever I want to, so it doesn't matter about really about how my yeah, there we go. It doesn't matter about how my eyes look because I have hooded eyes. I have a little bit more freedom. A little bit more freedom with fantasy makeup than if I'm just putting regular makeup on. Now because I'm also going to use my ink liner, the green one, to go on top, but I want to look at this. Yeah, I think that I need to go in with oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Thought that looked just a little too light. When I put the black on over it, it kind of dulled out that yellow. And this is about padding and packing. This is why this look, it's not hard, it's just a lot of things that and you have to go back through and redo things and add things and make it look right, because it's just, you know, all that green. There, I like that. And I want to, I'll do it when I get done. I still feel like it's not light enough under here, so I need to put some more. But, okay. I like that. Okay, so now I'm going to put the ink liner on, you know, put on top of my eye like I normally do. Alright, now I think I'm done with most of, well, actually I want to do, what did I do with that one? Was it this one? Yeah, it's this one. So I'm going to there we go. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. It wasn't shiny enough. Okay. And I didn't look like I had a light shine under there. It did not look right. Okay, so now it looks better. Alright, so then I'm going to finish my eyes before I put my eyelashes on. And I did buy some regular eyelashes. They're still kind of long, but they're not crazy like the other ones were. And I had a hard time with those because they were just way too long, and I didn't like them. I didn't like them. So I'm going to take this green, yeah, just set that. Yeah, and set it. I didn't want to lose the dark, but I needed to set that eyeliner so it wouldn't come off. And I did that. Alright. Sorry, I just keep looking at myself. It's like, wow, that's a lot of green face. Okay. Alright, so then I am going to and mascara, and I'm going to use the 3D effect. Just because I know I'm putting on the fake lashes. Put it on my under or my lower lash line when after I put the eyelashes on, because I don't want to get black all over my green skin. So these I just bought. Honestly, I just bought these at the dollar store too, because I knew I was only going to use them for this thing. And it also helps me to practice, and so I can buy 2 or 3 pairs and practice and not worry about them being expensive. So I got these. They're Wet n Wild eyelashes. But they come with their own little glue, which I'm probably going to go to, so I've been talking to people, and it seems like magnetic lashes are a lot better than the glue ones, but because I haven't done it in such a long time, I'm using the glue for practice. And I think I'm going to need to cut this. Always make sure you have a good pair of scissors. Yep, that's what I needed to do. Alright. So hopefully these are easier to put on than the other ones because they're just normal. Oops. Alright. always hate putting these on because I can never. As you can see, it's been a while since I've put them on. But because they're not crazy and long like the other ones, I can actually maneuver them better. See, they went on so much better than those other ones. And they look like they're part of my... This is when I need a little... I need to buy those sticks. I guess I'll use one. There. Yes, and I'm not seeing it up here like I did with the other ones. The other ones were horrible. But they were huge, though. They were not normal eyelashes. But you can see. You can see the difference. Okay, let's do this one. So for me, it's just all about practicing putting them on because I haven't done it for such a long time. So I remember putting them on before, but just hard to put them on. And I actually like using the... Well, that's nice. It got stuck on there. Let's try that again. There we go. And they feel more comfortable too because they're not crazy. Okay. And let them dry a little bit before I put the mascara on again. And I'm actually going to go back over a trick that I learned from somebody when I was watching their video was once you put them on, then you go back over it with your eyeliner, your liquid eyeliner, and it should help keep the lash line from showing. If you go over it again with the eyeliner. So it kind of gives it a natural look. but I can see, I'm glad that I didn't do the line too thick because I do have hooded eyes. And actually what I'm going to do is I can see what's happening is when I open my eye, you can't see that light color like you should be able to. So I'm going to take that yellow again, and I'm going to go up a little bit higher with it. There, see, and you can see it better on this side because I went up a little bit higher with it. I wasn't sure how high the line was going to go once I put the eyelashes on. And I didn't want to lose the light color because my eyes closed and it got too dark. Okay. Whew. That's a lot. Alright, so I'm going to stay in the dark color. I'm not going to put red on. Some people put red lipstick on, and I just don't think it looks right. So I'm going to stick with the dark, and I'm going to actually make my own eye color, or my own lip color. And I'm going to use this dark. So what I need, actually I'll use this. So I'm going to take my lip plumper, and I'm going to make a dark green lip color to use. So basically what you do is you take and you get a clean lip brush, and I'm going to use the, it's called a detail liner, but it's stiff and it's got a point to it. So I'm going to the lip stuff off of that because I don't want to do it on that and then mess it up. Actually, I'm going to do this. Let's see. Nope, I'm not going to do that. Okay, I guess I'm just going to do it the way I did it before. I just didn't like doing it like that. I just don't feel like I had any control. So you put the lip plumper on first. And I guess it doesn't really matter. Then I'm going to dip my lip pencil into that dark green eyeshadow just on the corner. So I have some on there. And then I'm going to add a little black. And it gives it that ombre illusion. I like the way that came out. So it's dark, but it's not completely black. I didn't think black would go with this because it's almost all green. And so I thought if I did the lip liner in the black and then did the green in the with the lip plumper. I like the way that came out. Alright, now I think I'm done. So like I said, it wasn't a hard look, it was just a lot of steps to, especially with the green, to get the green to come out. So I'm going to reapply, and actually I think I'm going to do it in the green, just to completely set my face. And I'm still tapping, sorry, and not wiping, because even though it's dry, it will come off, because that's what happened up here when I was doing that. I wiped instead of tapped, and I took off some of it. I like the way that came out. That came out really cool. Alright, let me put on, I couldn't find a black witch's hat, so I had to get a purple, a dark purple one with, even my hair looks my hair color looks different too with I'll put the hat on. I'll take a picture of everything because I still got to change my blouse. But I'm going to put this up here. No, wait. Does it go like this? Yeah. But I'm going to stick this up here. I don't like... It even changed my hair color. My hair color looks different. Or, I don't know, maybe it's the camera. But, I like the way that came out. That came out really cool. That came out really cool. I like it. I just need to change my blouse because it does not go. So let me change my blouse, and then I'll take a picture of it with everything. Oh, you know what I can do? I can put this on. So at least that way it's got the black, oops, look to it. It's my thing that I put on people when I do their makeup so I don't get it all over them. But it'll at least give the illusion. even my hair color looks different. I think it looks different anyways. I'll fix the hat. I didn't fix it very well. What do you think? I think it looks so cool, but let me change. I'm done. This is the way it looks. I just need to change and put on my black shirt. Red does not go with this at all. And I need to fix my hat too, because it looks like that and I don't like that. I'll fix the hat. There, we'll do it that way. Okay, so this is my look. Probably would have been better if it was a black hat, but I didn't have one because everybody took them when I went to go get one, and all they had left was the purple ones. But I think it's alright. Alright, well, let me go put all my stuff on and my shirt and my earrings and everything, and then I'll take a picture of it and I'll post it. But this is the way it looks. I think it looks pretty cool. It came out really cool. Alright, yeah, everybody, thank you for joining me. Jennifer, I will message you. I know you can't take me seriously right now, but I'll message you about your questions, and I'll give you some suggestions on things that you can use for your blemishes and your acne scars. But thank you for joining me. Let me know what you think about it. It's supposed to be the witch from Wicked, Elphaba. I think that's how you pronounce her name. But it's from the Broadway show Wicked, and I believe her name was Elphaba, so I think that was her name. Anyways, thank you for joining me. I had fun doing this. This was really cool. Wednesday I'm going to do a 90s chola look, and then Saturday I'm going to end it, because Saturday is Halloween, with doing the sugar skull for the Day of the Dead. So I'll be making my face white and putting black and all that good stuff over it. So thank you for everybody for joining me. If you have any questions about anything, just let me know. And this was probably my funnest one that I've done so far. Bye, everybody. Have a great Saturday morning. Bye.